Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Richard W. Schmidt, registered dietitian, and this is my first video for weight loss. And the title of my first video is the title of my book, You Cannot Outrun That Brownie. So, how did that title come about? Many would believe that it took me months to come up with that title. Actually, no, it was a matter of seconds. One of my students in a class quite some time ago, about 5 years ago, said that she was doing great with exercising, walking like she's never walked before. So much so that she said and believed that she could eat as much ice cream as she wanted and keep the weight loss off. And I said, you cannot outrun that brownie. The group started to laugh, and somebody said, or I said, hey, sounds like a good book title. And well, here it is. But more importantly, really, it's not that. It's the subtitle: Revolutionary Weight Loss Process. So, revolutionary weight loss process is the subtitle, and along with that subtitle, it's an easy opposite approach. So, what am I saying there? An easy opposite approach. Notice approach, APP. Approach. So my approach is actually opposite that of apps that are used for weight loss. And I'm not knocking any of the apps for weight loss. And in my book, I will say, please use them. There's a lot of invaluable information in those apps. However, one thing I've learned 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, people don't like logging. They just don't like to daily log. If they've done it for a week, 2 weeks, a month, they hit a point where they're just like tired of logging. And then the more you log, if you're eating 3 meals a day plus snacks, the likelihood of error actually does increase. You're hoping there's a balance between your errors, whether the calories be higher or lower than what you've actually consumed. So logging is just not something that people like to do. So weight loss comes from what? Cutting back calories and increasing physical activity. We know that. So what's part two of this process? It's really about increasing your food information literacy. With the advent of the internet, people believe that they could just read any article and become an expert. Kind of like reading an article and now you're a doctor. I don't think so. It's difficult. There's a lot that goes into weight loss. It's quite scientific. And I'm out to prove a point. In the first chapter of my book is a quiz. And the quiz, I think, is fair. There aren't tricky questions there. It's information that you've been tricked about probably already. But the point is that if you don't know the answers to these questions, you're going to struggle with weight loss. And that's just a handful of questions. So there's a ton of information out there that you really need to be clear on in order to be successful with weight loss. So you're going to take that quiz and you'll determine what you do and do not know. But I'm going to venture a guess that you have a lot to learn. And that's okay. It is a difficult process. So dieting, why do people fail at dieting? Why do they stop? Why don't they just keep going? They get discouraged. So I was sitting home one day and I said to myself, you know what? I think those are called diet hangovers. So what's my definition of a diet hangover? I think it's the point where you actually stop the diet process and you say, you're done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired of dieting. And what happened? Well, it could have been something as simple as you were supposed to have an orange at 8 o'clock. And then all of a sudden you heard your refrigerator calling your name. You have a smart refrigerator. It's calling to tell you that the double fudge chocolate ice cream that's hidden behind the broccoli that you haven't eaten is going to expire at midnight. So you have a choice. Throw it out or eat it. Well, 9 out of 10 people probably will at least eat some of it, if not all of it, especially if it's only a pint of ice cream. A pint of ice cream isn't too much. So that leads to a diet hangover. And now you have to start over again. And when you start over again, you tend to put weight on. So you're almost back to square one again. Kind of reminds me when I used to play Candyland with my granddaughter. I think she used to mark the cards. And I would almost get to the end of the game and win, and all of a sudden I picked a card that put me back to square one. Kind of like the same thing with weight loss. You're back to square one again. You're discouraged. You want to win. Win is keeping that weight off that you've lost and keeping it off long term. That's the goal, right? So in my videos here, I want you to listen, laugh, and learn. I want to have some fun. So each video will be about 5 to 6 minutes in length. They'll be coming out probably every 5 days or so until book launch. And so let's learn a couple things right now. 1, 3,500 calories in a pound of body fat. You'll find some articles that say it's a little bit less, a little bit more, but 3,500. Let's say you're looking to lose 40 pounds. 40 pounds times 3,500 is 140,000 calories. Those calories have to come out of your food plan or diet, if you like to call it a diet, over a period of time that's reasonable. And that comes from cutting calories and increasing physical activity. Speaking of diet, I have a nice little acronym for you. So it's delightful improvements except temporary. Okay, so diets are temporary. And the process that I'm presenting to you is easy. It's not difficult. You're going to say it makes sense. I want you to hit my subscribe button, please, so you'll automatically be invited to the next video. And also hit the subscribe button to my website. Learn more about me, the author. Learn about the table of contents to the book description, and a little bit more. So until then, we will see you. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye now.